Hello, I breathe once again to tell you guys that even though I'm a big FNAF fan and I do everything FNAF, I do in fact play other games. For examples, Bloons TD, as shown in one of my earlier videos, and that's what this video is all about, the Bloons franchise, and why I believe it's one of my top 5 games. And disclaimer, this is just a personal opinion. I'm not saying that if you don't like Bloons, that you have a bad taste or anything. And if I do say something like that, purely for entertainment purposes, and it's just a joke. But getting back on topic, let's get into the actual video and show you why Bloons is one of the best games out there. Now first, I will explain the plot and lore of the Bloons games for you people who are living under a rock. Bloons is a strategy game where the premise is to place down towers so the Bloons don't get past your defenses and kill you. I don't really know the lore of Bloons because I honestly don't care enough to memorize it, unlike the FNAF lore of course. But feel free to look it up and tell me in the comments if you even care. Since there are a lot of Bloons games, specifically 44, even though the one I'm going to be talking about is called Bloons BTD 6, so there's just a lot of spin-offs. And because of that, I'll mainly be talking about Bloons BTD 6, because it's the newest and my second favorite. And I'll be getting into that why it's just my second favorite and not my first later in the video. First, I want to discuss the monkeys, and no, that's not a racist joke or anything, because there are literal monkeys. The monkeys are split into 4 different categories: primary, military, magic, and support. Primary is basically just regular towers that you place at the beginning of the ground. Militaries are, as in the name, military base towers like submarine, sniper, and so forth. The magic towers are, also in the name, magical. They're on that Harry Potter shit. And I just wanted to point out that the ninja monkey is in the magic category, even though ninja monkey basically possesses nothing magical about him. But it's not my game, so I shouldn't be able to judge anything. And last but not least, the supports. And the supports are objectively the best tower in the game, mainly because it has one tower. Not one tower in total, but this one tower, which is the banana farm. And it generates more money every time you upgrade it. And if you didn't know, money is a crucial thing in this game, giving you abilities to put down towers with almost any upgrades you want. And banana farms will generate you enough money to get more banana farms, basically creating your own little economy, which is kind of cool. Also, and specifically BTD 6, the monkeys have these things called paragons. And not all monkeys have paragons, but they'll probably be added later. And paragons are just a stronger version of the fully upgraded monkey. Some call the Paragon a 6 tier, and the way to get it out of game is to earn enough XP to level up your monkey and unlock it. And the way to get it in game is to get all 5 tiers and then merge them together. Of course, you need to have enough money to do that, which is at least like $1 to $3 million in game, of course. And that brings me to another thing: tier 5s. And upgrades in general. Upgrades obviously give your monkeys more power, so you can progress through the game. Specifically, Bloons Tower Defense 6 specifically has this weird thing where you can only do 2 paths, and one of those paths could only have 2 upgrades, and the other one can be fully upgraded. If this sounds confusing, it is on paper, but if you look at it, it's really not that confusing. And I hope my editor puts up a video of what I mean. and tier 5s are just like the fully upgraded path, which I was saying. And honestly, and this is honestly where the strategy part of the game comes. You need to figure out which path would be the best to spend your money on to help you progress through the round. Oh. The maps are honestly all great, only a few of them are unpleasant to play or actually see. Most of the maps have the necessary space to put all your towers, your farms, etc. And easy difficulty will take you to around 40, medium will take you to around 60, and hard to around 80. A reasonable way to slowly ease your way into the difficulties of the game, which would mean that this game is more, like, not to say kid friendly, but like beginner friendly, letting the player actually learn the games, unlike some games. I'm gonna talk about the heroes and the powers in the same section because I don't care. Heroes are special towers that can only be placed once and each... How do I explain this? So the heroes can only be placed once in each round. Not each round, but each game you play. And you can only have one of them at a time. So you can't pick two heroes. So it's kind of hard to explain. Heroes don't normally upgrade like all the other towers, instead having a level system that progressively gets higher as the round goes by and the more pops it gets. And I just want to say, Benjamin is the best tower. And heroes also kind of have categories, but it's a lot less noticeable than regular towers. That's really it about heroes. I will explain a lot more about the powers, but I don't usually use any of them, except the banana farmer. But I'll try my best. So powers are just these things that give you a boost during the rounds or help you do something. Two examples of that are the Super Monkey Storm and the Banana Farmer. The Super Monkey Storm is a great example of a boost because what it does is basically pop whatever balloon is on screen at the moment. And if it sounds lame, it's really not. It actually kind of looks cool. And I believe it's the second best power. And then there's the Banana Farmer, which is a great example of a power that would help you do something. And if it's not obvious enough, it helps you collect the bananas from the banana farms you made earlier. Which is huge because then you can focus more on the balloons than the farms. And then there's co-op mode. And it kind of sucks unless you and the other player internet is not ass. That was the entire BTD 6 game, so now I will be talking about my opinion on the game. To start off, a bit of a hot take, but I believe that BTD 5 is better than 6. Now hear me out. The graphics are like a lot simpler. That's what makes BTD 5 so much better. And BTD 5 is actually harder than 6 by a long shot. And if you're thinking I'm just bad at BTD 5, I'm not. I have 2 black borders in BTD 6, which is honestly the minimum you can have if you're a BTD 6 player. And I can't even be impoppable on BTD 5. If you don't know what that is, well, you can look it up. And if you don't know what a black border is, it's just beating all the modes on that specific map, including hard and all the branching out, medium, all the branches, and hard, all the branches, you know. Another reason why BTD as a whole is so good is the power rush you get while playing it. It's just like the sense of being unstoppable and just watching your little mini empire grow. Every single time you go through a new round and watch your money increase at a rapid rate, it is so satisfying. And what this is called is having an adrenaline rush, where so much is happening, the thought that you could lose at any moment and having to rebuild your little kingdom. It just overall feels great, and I believe if you've never played any of the Bloom games, that you should definitely start off with BTD 6, and I'm most certain that you'll enjoy it the same way so many other people did. But anyways guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed this page, but I honestly had a good time talking about BTD 6 and BTD 6 as an entire franchise, and I hope you did too. But like, subscribe, and comment because I need views, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.